I'm glad you could stay on. Our Joy News has intercepted a report on feasibility studies on the proposed privatization of the Electricity Company of Ghana. One of the key recommendations by the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank is for the government to halt all expansion works by the ECG. Private sector participation is one of the conditions for the disbursement of a $500 million investment to be drawn from the Millennium Challenge Corporation. My colleague Kweti Nati has been studying the report and he's here with me with some details. Kweti, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Kevin.
What is in this report?
Kevin, one of the key concerns the study raises is that for the MCC to achieve its desired investment, they are in fact investing $177 million and they're expecting $750 million over 20 years. So for them to be able to achieve the gains of this investment, there needs to be some changes in the way ECG's growth is managed. And for them, the way it stands now, ECG is making 6% in terms of sales in the money it's raking. It has been so since 2001, and they've indicted the management of ECG and the staff for this shortfall. So they are saying, moving forward, if they are supposed to pump this amount of money in, there needs to be some changes. And let me quote portions.
What are those changes that these workers are expecting?
In fact, at one of the recommendations under the Millennium Challenge Corporation,
Indeed,
because they are the company investing in the ECG. So let me quote portions. They are saying that efficiency is at odds with government's focus on investment in growth by extension. While improvement in access is an important social goal, the single-minded pursuit of expansion needs to be kept to allow ECG management to focus on improving efficiency. What this simply means is that ECG would have to halt its expansion project, that's the rural electrification project, and focus on improving efficiency. So I've also been speaking to the Public Utility Workers Union, and they've been telling me that the intended plan is to have the Accra and Tema regions of the ECG privatized, and there's going to put a seizure on the rural electrification project.
Why do they think that way? Why do they think that it will it could stop rural electrification projects?
It's about private investment. It's about profitability. No private investor invests his money to reap, loss. They are looking to make money, and no private investor will be putting his money in a rural electrification expansion project. In terms of the monies that would be made, it would be minimal, and they have
and for the workers
target.
They are not happy about this. What do they suggest the government does with ECG to revamp it?
For them, government has to pay bills, because under one of the recommendations here, if the private entity is taken over, government would have to pay bills, and government currently is owing ECG 1.2 billion cedis.
I see.
That's quite a huge amount, and they're asking government to pay his bills. If he pays his bills and cuts its interference, ECG would definitely be efficient.
Does the feasibility report say when this could take place? This PSP could take place?
What I'm gathering is that by the end of this week, everyone who matters in the Millennium Challenge Corporation would be appointed the CEO. So definitely you can envisage how things are rolling.
Indeed. What action do the workers want to take in their bid to want to stall the PSP process? Do they intend to take any action?
For now, they are seriously lobbying at in all sectors, in the energy ministry, opinion leaders, everyone who matters. And for them, that's one thing that has stalled the process. But it appears that things are coming back.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Kweti. Kweti Nati joined us with detail of a report intercepted by Joy News on private sector participation, which could take off sometime next week as far as electrification here in the Greater Accra region, or in Accra generally, is concerned. Now, hundreds of people have taken to the streets in Kumasi in a march to show their support for President John Mahama. Yes, and our correspondent Erastus Owuzosare is with the marchers and now joins us on the phone with some detail. And Erastus, well, the line drops there, and we'll go back to Kumasi in a bit. You'd hear of marchers expressing people's frustration, but this one is actually to say thank you to President John Dramani Mahama for what he's done so far. Now, this group says that power is not the only part of the country that needs to be taken care of. But Erastus Asaridonko has joined us now from Kumasi. Hello, Erastus.
Yeah, Kamini.
What can you report from this march?
Well, I can tell you, the youth, the aged, you can find all manner of people coming from many parts of Kumasi, running into 1,000 and over, taking to the streets. And their message is simple. They want to catalog the number of projects embarked upon by the ruling NDC government. They think that though there are hardships within the county, they have catalogued, and on the placards you will see various projects, pictures of them, like the new military hospital that is under construction, like the railway park being constructed by the assembly, that's the KMA, and many other projects, police stations, dormitories, projects that the government has embarked on. They printed these in pictures, and some of them, they have writings on the placards indicating that they thank the president, they are happy with the project, and they want the president to go for a fourth round. So they've been parading the streets of Kumasi, let me say, to the chagrin of the densely populated NPP supporters within the Kumasi enclave.
I see. Why does this group deem it necessary to go on this march?
Well, the Organized Youth for Ashanti is a group within the National Democratic Congress. They have organized this, what they call protest, but then they are saying that it has become necessary because the recent demonstration by the NPP sought to portray that nothing has been done in the region, in Ghana, by the ruling administration, and that it all abounds with challenges and hardships. But they want to set the record straight. They want to put the message out there. But indeed, the current administration, though it has its challenges, has also performed creditably, and that must be displayed for the public to know.
I see. What sort of reaction is this group receiving on this march from the public generally?
Well, with the exception of some insults held that the flag bearer of the NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, and which has attracted some angry reactions, though not confrontational or violent. Some reactions from the people who are standing by and watching. They are not happy with the insults rained on the flag bearer, but then there are others who also think that the recent demonstration also witnessed several insults on the sitting president, and so they see nothing wrong with it. So you see people coming from their stalls, watching the people, and passing comments like, hey, we thought they would be small, but they are many, something like that. But they remain indifferent and have become observers on the sidelines.
I see. Let's move away briefly from the march. Let's talk about the regional minister designate for the Ashanti region. What sort of reaction has come up since his nomination?
Well, his nomination has been well received within the region, I must say. A short while ago, I was speaking with some of the trading factions recently, which led to the dismissal of the regional minister and his deputy. And they are saying they do welcome the decision of the president. It's it's a welcome decision. They are prepared to work with him, but they have expectations. They want him to be a unifier. They want him to bring all the groups together. They have also suffered for the party. They want employment. They want him to champion certain initiatives that will see joy on the faces of the masses who have suffered for the party. So indeed, on the sidelines of the demonstration, there are people who are very happy with the president's nomination.
I see. We'll continue this conversation in subsequent broadcasts. Thank you very much for your time, Erastus. Erastus Asaridonko joined us from Kumasi, where a group is marching in support of President John Dramani Mahama and projects undertaken in his tenure.